Are you looking for a unique holiday gift that will also do some good? Stick around until the end of this video for information from Fume Flavored Air. I'm back. Did you miss me? I know it was only 2 days. First of all, I want to thank Brittany Page for being gracious enough to sit in for me and subject herself to the onslaught of negative comments and blah, blah, blah. More of a joke. You people are good. If you haven't subscribed to Brittany Page, please do so. You would be missing out on amazing policy-centered content that is important, especially now moving forward. You will be happy that you did if you have not already subscribed. So thank you, Brittany, for sitting in for me. Speaking of my absence, I was in Toronto at a Young Voters Summit, and I want to talk not about the summit yet. I want to wait till I get some video footage and some photos from it to talk about it. Maybe have the host of the summit on, Wyatt Sharp, an amazing young journalist. But I want to talk about this. And by extension, the Maga boldness that we witnessed in 2016, and it's happening again, and also YouTube's response to it. I got 2 emails yesterday, actually early this morning it looks like, from YouTube restricting some content, which is a replay of exactly what they did in 2016. But let me talk about me being attacked at the airport in Toronto, an international airport, a foreign airport to the United States, and I'm still being faced with, in the most aggressive way that I've ever been accosted relative to MAGA nonsense. I posted this on Blue Sky. If you're not there, I am there at Dollemore. I was just accosted at the Toronto airport by this Trump supporter who interrupted a private conversation I was having, screaming at me, "Katie Porter is a hag." After I got aggressive and called him a name, he feigned outrage and went into tail between his legs mode. I kind of want to give you a brief rundown of what took place. I'm sitting at the airport bar. You have to get there early for an international flight, so I'm there hours early, sitting there having a conversation with someone about having lived in Southern California. We were explaining she had some familiarity with Orange County. I explained where I lived. I just said casually, I was in Katie Porter's district. Quietly. You may see me here that I'm a bombastic character, and that's true in my private life with friends, and if I'm in a not a public setting, I'm private. I speak quietly. I'm having a private conversation that isn't for someone several seats down the bar. And when I mentioned having lived in Katie Porter's district quietly, privately with someone else, this dipshit screams across the bar at me, "Katie Porter is a hag." I immediately looked up thinking someone was going to be joking, and it was this red-faced maniac. I said, "Well, excuse me?" Screamed it again. I said, "Well, thank you for interrupting with your misogynistic input on our private conversation." And he said it again. I said, "You don't know her?" He goes, "I don't want to know her." And then I called him a name that I will not repeat or even say to bleep, because it's very likely, based on what I'm going to follow next, to get demonetized and restricted and everything else. To which he demurred and said, "Oh, nice," and put his earbuds in, as though I was the aggressive one, as though I was the aggressor, as though I was the attacker. He inserted himself with his MAGA opinion, calling names and being a maniac, and then acted like I was the asshole. This guy, whoever this guy is, put a public face on this red-faced maniac. So this leads me into just kind of a natural parlay into MAGA being emboldened. And remember, on November 8th, I did a video entitled 2016 Vibes. Just how perfect is this, that this is where we are, that I'm talking about a replay of 2016, and then the day I get home, I get an email from YouTube saying, "Hey, this video that you're talking about 2016 vibes being ready and being delivered here, we're going to restrict it. We're going to age restrict it. So only people over 18 and people who are logged into their accounts can see it. And even those people who are logged in have to click, yes, I accept, I do want to see this content. Also, it's demonetized because you can't monetize content that's only for adults. That's age restricted. So here was the title. Where are all my notes here? This was the title, so I could read and not have to get my reading glasses. From November 8th, 2016 vibes, question mark, MAGA pukes attack black and brown Americans and threaten assaults on women. Now you'll remember, here was the thumb, by the way. MAGA proves they're garbage. That was the thumbnail. This was a video about the guy who attacked the two workers at Five Guys, calling them racial slurs, and then those employees ended up getting fired. That was what the video was about, as well as demonstrations, protests on college campuses in Texas where people were holding signs saying women are property. That is what was age restricted. And by the way, this vile racist attack from this dipshit was bleeped. Every racial slur was bleeped. There were a couple F words and some bullshits in there. That's not against YouTube guidelines. Got these emails from YouTube. This first one, I'm reaching out on behalf of YouTube's community outreach team to inform you that your video, is the title, was age restricted and a warning interstitial was added per our vulgar language policy. Excessive use of profanity from timestamp 4:15 to 5:15. As stated in YouTube's vulgar language policy, explicit content that violates the policy could result in age restriction, content removal, or a strike. We may consider the following factors when deciding blah, blah, blah. And then I got another one a couple minutes later, same kind of a thing. Your content was age restricted because of community guidelines, certain types of words, blah, 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 how this impacts you. So here's what's happening. This is absolutely a replay on two different fronts from YouTube. One, YouTube did this exact same thing during 2016. I have dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens of non-monetizable, demonetized videos because of reporting on the things that Donald Trump and his supporters do, whether it be migrant abuse, whether it be his racism or his misogyny or just general disposition toward the civilized world. YouTube will demonetize that, making it, forcing independent creators into a situation where they have to make a decision. Am I going to not make any money? Am I not going to be able to do my job and actually get paid to do my job? Or am I going to do what I do? It is just make the content and then let the chips fall where they may. And, I just don't make money on that stuff. That's fine. I'm not bitching about that. It's the complicity. It's the bending the knee. It's this laying down and stretching your neck out for the boot of authoritarianism that we're witnessing now from YouTube. And as a counterpart, an adjacent element to this, what we're seeing, and it was very prescient, the title of that video, 2016 vibes, question mark, that we are seeing exactly what played out in 2016 with the boldness of these maniacs. Because let me tell you, other than a single incident in a grocery store wearing an Elizabeth Warren shirt in 2016 or 2020, I've never had an altercation with another man over politics. I don't know if that's because I'm 6'3" and 235 pounds, former Marine. I don't know, maybe. Maybe I carry myself in a way that is a little, puts people on edge or on guard or cautious, maybe. But this is a new level of boldness where a man is entering my space in my private conversation to scream about my former congresswoman. He feels emboldened. He feels immune from consequence. I didn't hit him this time. But now our corporate overlords, the host of this program, the clearinghouse for my content, YouTube, is preemptively bending the knee. This is why independent media is important. I'm not going to beat that drum too hard. But this is why. You think CNN worries about a video being demonetized or a video being age restricted? Are any CNN videos age restricted? These massive corporate media complex organizations? No. And if they are, who cares? We've got commercials to serve on TV, making millions and tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars a year. This is why independent media, fearless independent media, is important. And if you know this guy, that I assume he was a Republican from America, I'd love to know his name. Good to be back. Good to be back. Again, go subscribe to Brittany Page's channel. I'm sure she would appreciate it. I would appreciate it too. You people are the best. If you want to sound off on this, the conversation is open, as are the voicemail lines, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. You can also just comment below. Tell me, and by extension, YouTube, what you think. That may be helpful. I don't know. Share this video on social media. If you want to connect with me, I am no longer active on Twitter, but I am on Blue Sky and Threads and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, just rattling them off. At Dollemore, I'd love to see you there. And as always, more importantly than anything else, be genuine, take care of one another. If your local grocery store hasn't informed you already, the holidays are here again. Time to update that gift list. And wow, there's no shortage of garbage you can buy online. Isn't it always nicer to give gifts with a little thought? For that partner, or friend, or family member in your life who is looking to build better habits. I mean, maybe that person is you yourself. Fume has just the thing. Fume flavored air devices are a nicotine-free, non-toxic, and guilt-free way to break away from bad habits. With high-quality, fidget-friendly designs, Fume devices are a gratifying substitute for that faux pas of yours, or your friends, I mean. Physiology shows stopping a bad habit cold turkey is very hard on your brain. Fume works by replacing your hand-to-mouth fixation, calming nervous tension, and distracting you from your bad habit with a delicious flavor. Alleviate the quitting gloom and get with Fume. Scan this QR code or simply head to tryfume.com/Dollemore now and use code Dollemore to get your holiday gift game on point. Fume uses no batteries. There is nothing to charge. Fume is not a vape. It's not a vape. And flavored air isn't like vaping. If vapor was compared to sticky soda, Fume cores are closer to being herbal teas. With flavored air, you can satisfy your oral fixation through a system that utilizes no electronics or combustion, just delicious flavor. And Fume sure has lots of delicious flavors: crisp mint, orange vanilla, sparkling grapefruit, and the new peach blush. This holiday season, give the gift of better habits with Fume. Head to tryfume.com/Dollemore and use code Dollemore to get a free Fume topper when you order a journey pack. It's the perfect addition to make your gift even more special. And if you're lucky, you could even win one of Fume's limited edition gold-plated devices this holiday season. Again, though, not that this gift is being bought by you for you. That's tryfume.com/Dollemore, or just scan this QR code to grab yours now and make someone's holiday unforgettable. Trade bad habits in for good ones this holiday season with Fume.